Bob, you had me with Topcon, and may I introduce the CEO of Topcon Positioning Group, Ray O'Connor. We have an announcement that's going to be reinforced with a zingy video. Next. Yes? So the announcement, as you see, is the formation of a new joint venture company that's the culmination of our work with Topcon over the last several years. We've had the vision together of what we describe as constructioneering, having the engineering involved at an early stage and the construction planning involved at an early stage, and accomplishing automation and even robotics in construction execution, and we have done over the last several years, each year progressively better software and cloud services integration to make that possible. But as you will observe, that leaves a big advancement gap in the world between what's possible and what's conventional. We haven't yet gone digital to the extent that's possible, and the gap has to do with the people and processes used by constructors, and our Digital Construction Works company is our investment together to close that gap.
So I'll just add to that. First of all, thank you, Ray, for having us here. And the relationship between Topcon and Bentley has been going on over nearly 5 years now. And we started out, the fundamental problem that we are all faced with in the construction and infrastructure business is the tendency to deal with low-hanging fruit. In our business, in the Topcon side of the business, where we make the measurement instruments and we make the machine control devices and automate all of that, we're doing that, and we couldn't understand why we couldn't get the workflow from the engineering all the way through the final inspection of the job. That was a challenge, and Greg came actually 5 years ago and visited us and talked to us about, what could we do together in order to make those workflows become more of a reality. Not just having people focused on, I can do something with machine control or optical instruments or in-field software, and just focus on all the low-hanging fruit in that area and not consider the engineering side, and vice versa. And we started by connecting some of our software, our field software, with the design and project software of Bentley. And what we learned in that was that these engineers are not necessarily discussing with the contractors how they do their work. So how do you automate the entire workflow if you don't understand how the people you're sending designs to and information to don't have, you don't have the knowledge of how to do the work. So the second step for us, together in end of 2016, we started having constructioneering academies, where we brought engineering firms and contractors together. And it was amazing. It was shocking that they didn't know what each other did and how they did it. From a macro standpoint, absolutely yes, but from a practical standpoint, they didn't understand. So you go back to your office and just focus on the work that you have and not necessarily how to help improve that workflow. So we decided together that we needed to take the best people in the industry that have the knowledge of everything from planning, through survey, through design, through execution, through inspection, to bring the best talent in the world together and form this digital construction works. And we have nearly 50 people between Topcon and Bentley out of our groups, some of our best talent out of our groups, and you'll hear them talk more in a little bit and throughout the week, in order to help go into companies and teach people how to use the tools to have to the most effective extent that they possibly can. And it's not about selling more Bentley product or more Topcon product and walking into a company and saying you need more of these tools. Probably the tools that you have are good enough to do 99% of what needs to happen. But somebody has to have the knowledge about what's going on the construction site and what the contractors are doing and how the engineers are doing their job to connect that and improve the workflow. And you see from the data, the waste that goes on in construction. McKinsey report will tell you no increase in productivity in construction jobs since the 1950s, no significant increase. That has to change if we're going to meet the demand that society puts on us for the infrastructure that's needed to support the next 2 billion humans that come onto the planet. So it is, for me, for the 35 years I've been in the industry, I can tell you I've never been more excited about the future of the industry because we're going to make significant changes to the industry. And I hope many people get on board with that story and that education for the industry because it's needed and we have to do it. I don't know how else it gets done. With that, Greg, maybe I'll pass.
Right, so the specific announcement is a new joint venture company, Digital Construction Works, Inc. You see that Digital Construction Works, Inc. has issued its own press releases describing a couple of their initiatives. The people have been at work already, and this is the formal announcement and launch this week. In each case, as Ray says, we've invested together. Our investment consists not only of our financial commitment to digital construction work, but it is especially the secondment, the people whom are our best experts and Topcon's best experts in construction and software and project digital twins and the integration it takes to bring that together. And we believe it's a lot to expect that that combination to occur naturally in constructor enterprises and concessions. So we are, as Digital Construction Works, prepared to help on mega projects, on any projects, to bring about the on-the-ground innovations. These are people comfortable under hard hats, but they're there to invent new work processes for automation. I say, when we talk about heavy civil especially, that's a realm of project delivery where robotics is already occurring. You could say the first autonomous vehicles on any new roadway are the machine-controlled graders and equipment that accomplished it on the best projects. Why not on all projects? And it has to do with a gap in the people and processes to go along with the technology. And it's our observation that we don't need to settle for that gap. We should, as Bentley and Topcon, help and commit in the industry to close that gap and help there be an understanding of what the new integrated workflows can and should be, and starting by example in excellent projects where Digital Construction Works is already involved. So we can bring everything from advanced work packaging, the invention of the Construction Industry Institute, to every project through knowledge in advanced work-based planning and so forth, people who have been there, done it, and understand the software side. And we might say in terms of software, digital construction works as an integrator. Doing digital integration is agnostic as to particular software and integration requirements. So we think this is a significant contribution toward advancement in the world for project digital twins. And we'd like to invite to join us, and we're next going to introduce the management of Digital Construction Works, Ted Lambeau, formerly of Bentley Systems, and Jason Hallett, formerly of Topcon, if they'll join us now. Ted.